There we go. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to episode 62 of the Elonian Adventures. Thank you, everyone who is continuing to join me through our live stream marathon here. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, as this actually started out as a YouTube series back when we were doing our Tyrian adventures. Well, then, you can't be joining us, and this is, these episodes are a week apart. As I think I'm sort of on schedule. I just need to upload episode 61 tomorrow. Or Monday, as the case may be, depending on what else I have to upload. I do have to upload this today, too, don't I? I'm so far behind on uploading all my videos. Anyway, here we are, Gate of Desolation. We finished Taraz Procession and Korna off, finally. And we are going to, head into the Desolation today. Maybe even this episode, perhaps. But first things first... See what we dynastic spirit. You're so dynastic. The dynasties were a time of peace and plenty. Children laughed, and men and women discussed all manner of philosophy. Palawa Joko ended it all, and we've got to rely on him to cross the desolation. How ironic that, really. Oh, all the hieroglyphs. Yes. In part, what we do here in Nightfall sets up some events, I think, in Guild Wars 2, if I recall. Or at least, I should say, doesn't set up events in Guild Wars 2, but sets up some backstory that leads into Guild Wars 2. I'm dressed for the occasion. Oh, excellent! You're here somewhere. Oh, there's a wandering scribe. You look like an agent of whispers. Oh, you cannot cross, but you have artifacts, do you? Excellent artifacts that I have no need of. Okay, I got enough lockpicks. I got a Vabin key, which, well, actually, I could still use the Vabin key when we go do search for Enlightenment here. Well, maybe more dynamic than dynastic. Yes, there is, well, I guess the primeval armor is sort of the dynastic armor, I guess you could think of it. Oh, yes, I've already heard, thanks. Zassen Scout, Wandering Scribe. What do you have? Oh, you've got some Hunter's Ale, do you? Unfortunately, I don't have any ancient artifacts handy. They're probably on a mule somewhere. Alright, there's Fury Heidi. Woohoo. Alright, so let's see who we want to get rid of here. Let's, let me, hold on a second here. Okay, so alright, I just need to see if I still needed Zed here. So let's kick these people. And we'll let Fury bring some of her well-equipped heroes here. This is mostly monument armor. Okay. And then we can get rid of Zed once we finish off this quest here. Let's go check out Fury's armor, by the way, shall we? That is sharp-looking stuff. I've said this before. I like some of the Elementalist armor, but I've said this before. I think out of all the armor in the game, I think the Mesmer has the best armor selections of all. Very elegant. It looks very, very elegant. Yeah, I think we might be able to knock some fog out of here. Maybe, maybe not. No. Okay. Rosaliana Zedanti. It's a long time since we traveled with Rosalina. Rosalina? Paw Patrol's on the roll? Okay. The young Abs reading her Paw Patrol books. How lovely. Do you have anything different to say? Proud kings fighting over noble titles. They're all gone now. No more than Santa. Well, considering they were fighting over titles, well, yeah. Please make the nightmares end. Well, I'll do my best. I'll see what I can do for you there. You still have to get across the distillation. Ew, sulfur. Ew. Taraosa, he's been dead for quite some time. You fool. Alright, let's pop on out here and finish this little. Beck has an offhand. Alright, we're going to pop out here because this is just a quick little finish to this quest here. He's essentially telling us, oh, we've got to go mount some worms or something to that effect. Here we are, the desolation, the sulfurous wastes. The desolation. Beck has his staff. There's Rosalina. Oh, she's got the cat ears. Yay. Alright, so... Oh, we do go down here. Okay. So we'll head out here. The desolation, yeah. So we'll do a bit of mapping here, although we're not going to go too far into desolation, because now that we've got Fury with us, at least, I want to get that search for Enlightenment quest over with finally. Marza Velderunner, there you are. Thanks for the help there, my new pride mate. We centaurs are. Oh yes, you've told me that before. Do not step within its bounds. Look, do you see? Those are the very worms Palawa Joko was said to have controlled. Perhaps they hold the answer you seek. Only Palawa Joko knows, but we beware the deceit of the undead king, who would bargain with men's souls, promising 3 wishes and granting none, or granting them in ways that only served his wishes. Find Palawa Joko. You must find a way across the desolation. But beware deals made with such a 2-legged devil. Okay. Return to Cormier. Okay. So good. We don't mount any worms quite yet. I was about to say, okay. Yes, now we have ghostly scouts instead of wandering priests. I don't know how it will end. Probably in my utter demise. Well, we do know how it ends, because Guild Wars 2 tells us how it all ends. With much disappointment. Alright, I assume Cormier is in the command post? Yes. Alright, so on to the command post we go. So we'll knock this out right quick and see about the search for Enlightenment. And then Fury Heidi can show us how it's done. I can't believe I've had this much trouble with that one quest. I don't remember having that much trouble with it. Back when, back in the normal days, I guess you should say, I could say. Alright, let's go find Cormier. Tell her we've got to go talk to Palawa Joko of Joy and Rapture. Joy, joy, happy, happy. I will enlighten you, sure. Well, you did get us through most of the. Where did we get? Was it, I guess it was the Fisher of Woe we went in, didn't we? For the marathon back in November. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I just wish we could. One last quest to finish. We were almost there. Well, that was fun. We'll have to do that again at some point. When I've got hours upon hours of time one Saturday. We'll make it another Guild Wars Saturday. The journey, yes, okay, whatever, Cormier. Palawa Joko, the Scourge of Vabi, was defeated in the Battle of Jahai by Tara Osa. But that was not the end of his story. Well, of course not. Otherwise, we would be pretty much up the creek without a paddle, I would guess. Seems like he could not be killed. After the battle, it is said that members of Tara Osa's elite guard formed the Order of Whispers. Oh, how about that? I don't remember that. So now we know where the Order of Whispers came from. So they're part of the elite guard. These great hunters broke Joko's body and used powerful magic to bind him within a great tomb. They eventually built a monument commemorating the victory over the site. My dreams have told me we must travel to this tomb and see what awaits us. Well, it's the same tomb that the Titan escaped from, isn't it? So they buried a Titan with Palawa Joko. That was good thinking there. Alright, so we've got to go to Jahai Bluffs, go to the tomb, which is right there, so that's not going to be too much of an issue. Probably would have made if I used Alias instead of Rosie, if I wanted to go with a Mesmer team. Yeah, it worked pretty well. I think at the end of the day, I think the aggro killed us at that point. I think we aggroed, well, one of the heroes or somebody aggroed a little bit too much, I think, at the end of the day. At that point. We almost had it. So I was so exhausted by that point. I didn't even know what I was doing. Fear my timeless world is nearing an end. You think? The closer we get to the realm of torment, the more I feel my mind bound to its power. Well, then perhaps we shouldn't be taking you along then, should we, Cormier? Should I help you back to the Sunspears Sanctuary? No, Shahai, you've done enough. My nightmares have led me to this place many times. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can feel Abaddon in my soul, in my mind. Well, perhaps we should kill you now. We'll not let his... Oh, she's gone. No, Cormier, what dark magic is this? I must return to the sanctuary at once and report this. Look around and see why she led us here. I guess that means we have to go visit the statue here. I have delivered her, my lord. Marley, shut up. Monument to the feat of Palawa Joko, which we've already read before. Defeat... Oh, look who it is. My goodness. After 100 days of bloody battle, huh? Free at last. Great. I just freed Palawa Joko. That's sure. That's what I want to do. And Palawa Joko, the Scourge of Vabi, was betrayed at the Battle of Jahai and sealed away by the cowardly Order of Whispers. Well, we've got their master right here. And once command thousands upon thousands of undead warriors. Primeval kings were bound to my will, and I missed the rest of it. The great worms of the desert were at my disposal. Such was the kingdom of Palawa Joko. The weakening of reality freed me. Now I must go to rebuilding my empire. For this chance to rule once again, I thank you and bid you farewell. Great, thanks, Cormier. Yeah, thanks for leading us here for that. Then run. With his stench, he won't get far before my pride tracks him down. Well, where's he running exactly? Tara Traptail will likely be in charge of the hunt. Let's go meet up with him. Palawa, wait, how do we ride the worms? Palawa! He's gone. Alright, so where do we go? Oh, we go back into Tara's procession, do we? I don't suppose I can pop into Ventus Cemetery for that. That's like terrible plan number 3 from Cormier. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, isn't it amazing? Sure, free the undead king. The undead Scourge of Abbey. Sure, yes, free somebody who's named Scourge, whose nickname is Scourge, I guess I should say. Yeah, that's a great idea. Just so we can figure out how to ride some worms. Where am I going? Where am I going? I want to go back to the command post so I can map travel here. That's what I want to do. How long is this damn quest? Have Zed help track Palawa. Take Zed to speak with Dara Traptail. Okay, so we'll go speak to Dara Traptail then. At some point, we'll get on to the search of an Enlightenment. Perhaps next episode at this point. I don't remember this quest being so long. And we still need Zed, don't we? Yes. I guess as long as I have this quest active, we need Zed with us. Because it does say take Zed. Has to have Zed help. Okay. Faster from the Gate of Desolation? Alright, let's give that a try. Sorry, I know I've said this before during the Elonian adventures here, but it's funny how I have very little memory of most of these quests, even after doing them dozens of times with all my alts and such. We gotta go this way. It's like even when I was doing the Tyrian adventures and the Canthan adventures, after a point, it would all start to come back to me. It's like, oh, okay, I remember this point A now, point B, I remember point B. Yeah, this one. It's like it's all new to me again. Yeah, you're right. Yep, good choice on that one. Save me the trouble of going out of Ventus Cemetery, then running back, then mapping. See, now the Mirza Zed, well, I guess I should say the Veldrunner quest chain that does take place in Taraz's procession here. I do have some memories of that, especially the Masters, which was just nuts. The amount of forces we had to fight in that one. Alright, Daraha Traptail. I can smell a two-legged walker from 4 miles away. 8 if it hasn't bathed in a fortnight. I could smell you coming from 10. So what are you trying to say? Well, I guess, when was the last time we bathed? Outside of the Chantry of Secrets? That was the last time we ran in water, I think. Thanks for that, Dara. We have the Undying Two Legs trapped. He was trying to return home to regain his throne. But it seems being buried and bound for so long has cost him all his power. What should we do with him? Oh, let us speak with him. Sure, why not? Because that can't go wrong. Hey, speak for yourself. Alright, watch out for Zed, though. He can get a little arrogant at times, you think? Especially when dealing with two-legged folk. Let me know when you're ready to speak with the dead one. Alright, let's go speak with the dead guy here. Alright, so this sets up how we ride the worms.
Did you think you could escape us, Gravewalker? We could follow your stench across the desert.
You are a natural follower, Centaur. Your dead ancestors served as my cavalry.
We did not come to trade insults, Palawa. We want to know how to cross the desolation.
Sorry to disappoint. Only the dead and the demonic can walk the sulfur flats unscathed.
Let me rip his limbs off. He'll still be able to tell us afterwards.
You wouldn't dare, mule.
You're right. Fire is a better way to deal with a lying abomination like you. Someone fetch me a torch.
Don't lie to us, Palawa. The histories speak of mortals at your bone palace. How did they get there?
I did not lie. No mortal can walk the sulfur flats. but there are great worms who travel beneath those sands. These can serve as your steeds, but you have to do one thing.
What's that?
You have to show them you are their master. Otherwise, you're worm food.
Battery! Ah, a Dune moment. Yes, indeed. Isn't it? Battery H, thanks for the raid, my friend. Hello, Battery. Battery's Interstate Adventures, or, yeah, I guess it's the Interstate Adventures, because I think you did, finish the, oh, you were, yes, Euro Truck Simulator 2. Oh, so you were in Euro Truck. I thought so. I thought I saw that on Twitter, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, didn't you finish the presents there? Battery HES's Saturday morning drive all over with. Thank you, Battery, for joining us today with the raid as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so where are we at here? Are we done with this sea? Okay, now we gotta see the Lap Longmane. All right, Lap Longmane, where are you? You're over here. It's funny, every time I think of Battery H and I see Battery, it's going to be Dune in a bit, yeah. Battery and Chad, I always get the Metallica song stuck in my head. Alright, good. So, Crossing the Desolation is now finally complete here. I think, did we pick that up in Vabby? Crossing the Desolation. No, was that the Cornin quest then? Crossing the Desolation. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we've got that completed. And we still have, okay, all of the Veld Runner quests, but I think everything else now in Corna and Vabby are dependent on having the heroes unlocked, which we don't have until after we complete. I am so not metal. No, you're a princess. It's funny because I guess when was I doing that? When, like, was that Monday when I was doing the extra stream team stream or something? Oh yeah, it had to be Monday when I was doing the stream team stream and signed up. Taz had mentioned your princess stream because I had mentioned my purple hair challenge, which of course I'm bringing back this year, and he said, "Oh, you know what? You should challenge yourself to do a princess stream like Battery." I said, "Yeah, that would be interesting for me to do that." And then afterwards, I realized, well, that quite wouldn't work because nobody uses makeup here. We're my wife and the kids. Well, obviously Abby's only 3, but even Aaron, we're not very not makeup type using people, so we don't even have any of that in the house. Alright, good. So that quest is complete. We're good. A Bushel of Trouble, which we can do. The one we wanted to get over with now, finally, that we actually, we're streaming on the time when Kat can join us here, after so many episodes of having to do them in the evening times. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can't finally get the Search for Enlightenment over with here. So we need to go all the way to Mahanu Township here. I could sense that my daughter has several cases. No, that's okay. That's quite alright. I'll stick with my purple hair for now. Ugh. So I don't think I could sit still that long and have all that stuff put on my face. I think the last time I actually had any makeup, quote unquote, since I don't have a camera to do the things with the fingers, quote unquote, was when I was on TV back in 2000, I guess it was before 2001. This is before the millennium. And of course, you get the TV makeup and stuff on, which I thought was an interesting experience. Apparently, I can't get there. What? Oh, what? How can you? What? How does Fury can't get to Mahanu Township? I didn't even notice. Interesting. Well, we don't need Zed, so let's kick Zed. Yeah, the pancake batter. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Yeah, back in the day, I was quite the star before the Millennium. Obviously, RMG, Real Millennium Group. I made an appearance in Time Magazine. I got on a local, I guess, was it local? I'm trying to think what it was. 'Cause we actually had a limo pick us up. A limo, quote unquote, a taxi type limo. It wasn't a limo, but one of those, not quite a limo cars, but more fancy than sort of like a taxi car. And I think, was it in North Jersey that we ended up going to? I think it was. Some station in North Jersey doing something. Fury Rexy. All right, we'll take Fury Rexy with us. Yeah, back in the day when I was fighting the good fight for mathematics, I might even still have a recording of that program somewhere. I should digitize that just for laughs. Now, there's Fury all bundled up in her wintry gear, the monkish. Is that no? What is it? Is that the festive hood? Because it does look good with that outfit. Going North Jersey would have required an armor car. Well, yeah, pretty much. How do I not know this about? So I don't really mention it. I'm one of those where I guess I don't want to say humble, because then that doesn't sound like I'm being humble. But that stuff I rarely ever mention it. Festive Hood. Okay, I thought that was the Festive Hood from Winter's Day. And then, of course, that's the regular, I forget what monk armor that is, but that is regular monk armor there that you can pick up, which is nice. Nice ensemble there. Although I must say, I guess Camden is probably the worst. North Jersey isn't too bad. I traveled to North Jersey a couple of times on my own back in the day, when I was on the hunt for the classic Target novelizations of the Doctor Who programs. Elite Canton. Okay, Elite Canton armor. The Norn. Okay, that's it. The Norn. That's right. Because I'm trying to think. Because I had something. Well, I actually picked it up in the Shiver Peaks when I was doing the Tyrion adventures for Zaffirin, like furry armor. But yeah, obviously it wasn't the elite armor. I don't think it was the elite armor. Maybe it was. Yeah, I'm not. Yes, I am far from a math whiz, but I always understood the principle that 1 + 1 = 2. So, in terms of counting, yes. But yeah, that's how my website got. That's how everything led into this. I guess at the end of the day, how I started the website for the Real Millennium Group and formed the Real Millennium Group in Millennium 2001, and then somehow that translated right into gaming. All right, let's rock and roll here. I guess you're ready, right? We got Miku alias and the Master of Whispers. Oh, we got 2 Masters of Whispers. Got Necro Monk Master. Okay, so that works. Yeah, I'm terrible at math, as is Aaron, unfortunately. So I can't. You're good? All right. So unfortunately, I cannot help Aaron with math. Mrs. Weiler is more of the math type person. Which I think, what is that? The left brain? Left brain is math, right brain is the creativity. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look for skills. All right, we'll do it after this. I gotta update some skills here. Years and years ago, I was a chemistry physics major with a math minor. Yeah, see, I was always more on the creative side. So it was, the story writing, the creative writing, history. I was always fond of history, which is probably how I sort of got. Really? Okay. Go finish your breakfast. It's already lunchtime. You still haven't finished your breakfast yet. I almost minored in history in college. Almost. Because unfortunately, at the time I was in college, I was more into radio, TV, that type of thing. Even journalism. At one point, I was thinking of journalism. And so I actually graduated with a bachelor's in communication arts, which I guess is a all-encompassing term for the college of all that stuff, the journalism, the television, the radio type stuff. And I might have told this story at one point before of how at one point I don't recall whether it was the college radio station had a guest speaker. Just somebody from the local, I think it was 96 FM or something like that, was the local Salisbury radio station. Or the radio station out of the Salisbury area, Salisbury, Maryland. And so we had, I guess, one of the popular DJs or something, whoever it was, had come to talk to us. I want to say it was one of the courses I was taking. I don't think it was particularly part of the radio station at that point who did it. But one of the courses for the major. I don't even think I did. I don't even think I even chose a minor, did I? My history professor wanted me to get more into that, but at the time said, what am I going to do with history besides enjoy it and read it and that kind of stuff? I really wasn't looking at making a career out of it. I was looking at making a career in radio. Maybe not necessarily a DJ, because I have a terrible voice. And not necessarily television, because, well, I'm not that pretty. But at least something behind the scenes anyway. And so, as I was saying, we had this DJ come, worked in the business for years and years. And so at some point, as he was talking to us about the business and all that kind of stuff, he said, you could expect, if you're new, to spend your first decade living under the poverty level. And so I turned to me and my two friends who had similar aspirations, and we looked at each other and said, well, we picked the wrong major now, didn't we? And at that point, I think this was our second or third year by that time, so we were sophomores or juniors, and we're like, well, we're screwed now. And so that ended the radio television aspirations. Says this to someone who went back and ended up getting degrees in history. Yeah. And so now I begin to wonder. It's like, well, perhaps I should have taken my history professor more seriously when he really encouraged me to get into that as at least a minor, if not to change my major to that. Because I really did at that point have an affinity for the research, and it was something I actually kind of enjoyed. One of the few things that required schoolwork, one of the few schoolwork things that I actually did enjoy in my, at that point, I guess 16 years of schooling, the 12 years of grade school and the 4 years of college. And it's ironic now that all through grade school, I absolutely detested doing research and looking things up and that kind of stuff. But then, afterwards, of course, doing research for the Millennium and the Real Millennium Group, that kind of stuff. Now I enjoy looking things up and doing research and that kind of stuff. But such is life. Such is life. Now here we are trying to be a Twitch/YouTube star. How things have come full circle, I guess. How much inventory space? Okay, I got enough space. Well, I think I've gotten farther so far in this quest than I have trying it with myself solo or with Quarrain. It's too bad I can't have her join us today. Help her get this quest over with too. Oh, I was about to say, you look kind of frozen there. What's going on there? As long as you stay away from showing dead bodies, you're doing better than some stars. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just finally glad that it seems that this whole nonsense with the YouTube and limited advertising has sort of settled down now, because I am finding that instead of every single damn video that I upload being flagged for limited advertising, it's only once in a while now. So either I guess they got the system working or whatever it is, but I can't thank YouTube stars like Daddy05 and some such enough for making YouTube foist this new system and policy on us. Idiots. Ay, ay, ay. Because that's exactly what this whole YouTube shenanigans and fiasco turned out to be. It was the knee-jerk reaction to those channels, and specifically wise. Okay, wow, look at that. We've got this complete. Bring the lost scripture to where is he at? Oh, okay. So we've got to go to the Halls of Chokhin. Oh wait, where? Oh, do you have them? Where are they? Oh. Oh, you've got them. Okay. That was it? Oh, good. Let me go open up this chest, too, with my last key here. Let's use the key. Dang it. Let's use the key. There we go. Alright, there we go. Get another treasure hunter point out of that. Alright, so we can go one of two ways. We can go back this way and head down that way, or we can go this way. I guess we'll go this way. Yeah, should need your weapon to attack. I'm trying to think. Either, well, we'd have to fight our way through here, so it doesn't really matter that much. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting you stripped me here. Stripped me. And we're going to fight these guys anyway. I thought we could sneak past them, but apparently not. Apparently I lingered too long. But yeah, at least that's one less headache I have to deal with now with YouTube. And when I do have videos flagged, it's actually, obviously I still go through the motions of appealing the flagging, but I guess it's working because with usually less than a day later it's unflagged again. So we're getting back to business as normal, business as usual back on YouTube at least. What I did do, though, is put a spotlight on Google. YouTube's putting some content they disagree with politically in the same box that a company that's touted forcing private companies to treat all content equally doesn't treat all content equally. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, funny that. Yeah, telling. Yep. Yeah, certainly unequal treatment there. That was for certain. Oh, okay, we're good. We didn't aggro them. I thought we aggroed them for a minute. We're clear! We're clear as long as we get past this group and on to the library and halls. And that was my whole thing with this whole fiasco, and hence why for every video that got flagged, I created a support ticket to it just to, prove a point that, if you were going to roll this system out in the knee-jerk manner that you did and essentially rush it out the door, you should have been, you as in YouTube should have been much better prepared for making sure it could handle the volume of reviews and non-such that its own system would create. Yeah, hypocrisy. Yeah, we live in the age of hypocrisy now. Oh, yeah, we gotta go this way because he's over in there. Yeah, what was it? The 80s were the decade of, selfishness and the me. What were the 90s? I forget what the 90s were. I forget what the 2000s were. But yeah, you could say the 2010s have been the decade of hypocrisy at this point. Yeah, the snowflake generation, absolutely. Yep, everybody's a special snowflake. Which, I mean, to a point. To a point, I don't mind the concept of the participation trophy. But that's something that you need to... it needs to be tempered, and unfortunately we sort of lost that temperament and built everybody up to say, oh yes, not only do you deserve a participation trophy, but you deserve a trophy that's equal to first place, even though you finished in last place. That's where we sort of have gone wrong as a society at this point. Ha! I knew he was bloody mad. He's been babbling about his forgotten god, ever since he got back. You should have left him where you found him, if he asked me. Well, I thought we did. We just took the scriptures with us. But enough of that raving loony. The scriptures. This is the find of the century. Such exciting times we live in. Odd, though, how those creatures have taken an interest in this artifact, isn't it? Can't wait to tell the others. They will be quite eager to get to work. Yes, indeed. Up to about age 7. After that, earning something ought to be it. Yes, yeah, that's more or less, yeah. I would agree with that. For the young kids, Abby's age 3, 4, 5, the young kids like that, yeah. You need to build up the encouragement and that type of thing. But then, again, you got to temper that with, hey, you know what? Some things you do have to earn. Where are these scriptures anyway? They have brought demons and worse to attack the halls of Chokhin. Oh, this is not good at all. We must protect the scholars inside. Please find them and tell them to come here where they will be out of harm's way. Then, if you can, clear this sacred place of these most unwelcome guests. So, let's see. This is Vabby here. What did I just complete here? Oh, yes, the search for enlightenment. The search for enlightenment. Completed, and might as well do this while we're here too. Now I sort of vaguely remember this one because I remember it is best to run back to the entrance for this one. Well, this was a bad idea. Yeah, wasn't it? We brought the hordes to the halls of Chokhin. I'm glad though I didn't grow up in an age of cell phones and cameras where my every stupid moment and they were Legion was captured for all time. Yes, yeah, absolutely. All right, so we gotta go talk to all the. Let's use our speed boost while we've got Yeah, for the longest time, I absolutely refused to get a cell phone because to me, it was, you know, the point of leaving the house, the point of being away from the phone was so that nobody could find you and talk to you. So that you couldn't be, quote unquote, plugged into whatever job or whatever work or wherever it was you're doing 24/7. So to me, a cell phone was a complete waste. If I needed to talk to somebody, well, I'd go home and talk to them on the regular phone. Alright, so we gotta go talk. Okay, this does lead us to the outside anyway, so this is good. Yeah, it never ceased to amaze me that, you know, as I was growing up, so like, again, never had cell phones. You know, the computer. You know, our first computer was the Aquarius. I forget which company made the Aquarius too, and that was, ooh, wow, that was the newfangled. Wow, how cool is this thing? But yeah, we went for decades without computers and that kind of stuff, tablets and all that nonsense. And somehow, you know, work still got done without the cell phone, without the internet, and all that kind of stuff. Work still managed to get done without people having to stress themselves out 24/7 about whatever their job was. Mattel, okay, Mattel, yeah. God, those were the days. That Aquarius with the blue, small, rubberized. Oh, I still gotta go this way. Keyboard. I'll never forget that. It wasn't a normal keyboard. It wasn't even a normal typewriter keyboard. It was blue rubberized keys. It was, yeah, I mean, it was the weirdest thing ever. But it was still so cool. Am I not done talking to everybody? Who else do I gotta talk to? So 6 of 8. Okay, we got 2 more scholars to talk to here. Was the Atari 800? Yeah, I'm trying to think. We never had. I had a friend who had had the Atari console. I'm trying to think if anybody had the Atari computer. I don't think so. Because eventually we ended up graduating from the Aquarius, which the first game we got in the Aquarius was called Utopia. And I love that game. And of course, our first console was the Intellivision. Alright, eliminate. Alright, now I think what we need to do is run back to the entrance here, because if I remember right, they spawn and come up from the entrance here. So we can make our stand right up here. I guess I can go this. Can I go this way? No. No, we want to go this way. This is the way we want to go. I'm trying to think, what else do we... Because that was the one thing I remember, besides the Aquarius itself, was that game. Playing that game Utopia, where it was essentially almost like a SimCity game. You had 2 islands there, and you would essentially build on the islands. I think it was technically you could have 2 players. One player would build on one island, the other player would build on the other island. But you could play it solo too. We had this British cousin of the ZX Spectrum. Oh, that one I've never heard of. But yeah, yep, here they come. But yeah, you would have your fishing fleet, and there would be pirates out in the water. You'd have to protect your fishing fleet from. You would build I don't want to say gardens, but you would build food supply on the island, and you would have rebels on the island. So you would have to that worked out well for us. Not at all. What the heck happened there? I wasn't paying attention. I remember saving up for the disk drive when they came out. It was $200, about $500 today. Wow. Oh crap. We're outside. Yeah, I thought this is what we had to do. I remember doing this before and it seemed to work, but now it doesn't seem like it's going to work for us too well here. I can't put the dress on her. We're in the process of failing this quest. The first game was Zork. Oh my god, Zork, yes. Here, Aaron, put this on her, please. Thank you. Don't touch. And then you would have the natural disaster called the hurricane that would come across the map and wipe everything out that it would cross. All right, so we got rid of that. And then we learned a trick for protecting the fishing fleets from the pirates. Because you had patrol boats you could form that would essentially chase the pirates away. But what would happen is that the pirates would spawn from the four corners of the screen of the map. Yeah, this is going to be an ultimate failure here. Yeah, we've already failed the quest because we've got more than 4 of them dead. And so the trick was that you would buy or create whatever 4 patrol boats, and then you would station them in the 4 corners of the map, and that would prevent any of the pirate ships from being able to spawn on the map. And so you'd never have to worry about your fishing fleet at that point, unless of course the hurricane came across and sunk the boat. But yeah, I love that game. That was such a fun game. Then that was our first PC game, and then of course, like I said, we had the Intellivision. Oh my God! Okay, this is not going to turn out well for us, because now we spawn here, eh? All right, we're gonna have to map out here to Mahanu. So let's just go ahead and do that, since we failed this quest anyway. And so yes, with the Intellivision, let's see, we had I guess it was called Asteroids. No, it wasn't called Asteroids because that was the video game. Or not the video game, the arcade game. Arcade game is the word I'm looking for. I forget what the name of the game was, but yeah, it was sort of like, trying to think of what arcade game it was similar to. I can't think of what it was. Almost like Space Invaders, except with asteroids that would fall, and your Space Invaders are Missile Command, where you would have your weapon at the bottom of the screen. You would be going back and forth trying to shoot things as they were falling towards you. Mostly it would be asteroids and some UFOs and that kind of stuff. So that was always a fun game. But one of the most memorable games we had for the Intellivision was, of course, Burger Time. That was a game I loved the heck out of too. Burger Time. Oh, that was a classic. Alright, so now I assume we have to run all the way back, talk to all the scholars again, of course. Oh, wait a minute here. Hang on, is that... Oh no, okay. For a minute there I saw Master Whispers and thought, oh wait a minute. There's a Order of Whispers here. But no, I was mistaken on that. Okay. But then eventually, at one point, The query we got, we ditched the Aquarius, and I think we ended up getting a Commodore. We had a Commodore 64. I think that was our next sort of actual. Yeah, see, that's where they spawned from. Computer. Now remember at the time we ended up getting it had a tape drive, and we needed the tape drive for some programs. A cassette tape, like the literal back in the day before CDs, the cassette tapes. So we had that. We had a modem for it at one point, where you actually put the phone into the cradle, which I think was a la War Games. There, we had one of those for it. I don't know if we ever made any use out of it. I think the tape drive was part of the modem. I think we needed the tape drive for. I seem to remember needing the tape drive to help the modem operate or something like that, but I could be mistaken. So long ago. But I don't remember. I don't remember what we actually used the Commodore for. I know word processing. I think we used it for word processing for the most part. But game-wise, I don't remember what we had on there. I do remember we had. You finally eating your bread after 4 hours? Mm-hmm. We did have a game. I'm not sure if it was a game per se, but it was where you could create your own game. You could actually build a side-scrolling game. And I built one with a Doctor Who theme. I created a whole game. It had, you'd have your different levels. It was sort of like a side-scrolling adventure type map, where you could connect each level. One level could be connected on the right. One map could be connected to the right-hand side of a map. So you sort of almost like a maze side-scrolling adventure. So I ended up creating like 10 or 12 levels, all interconnected levels here, based on a Doctor Who theme. And you create the avatar pixel by pixel. You would create the map pixel by pixel.
I can money that little piece, Daddy.
Okay, that's fine. All right, talk to the guys there. And so you create the enemies pixel by. So it was me creating a Doctor Who like character and fighting the Daleks. So that was my main memory of the Commodore 64, was having that program that you essentially create your own game. So that was the first game I ever made. I sort of missed that too. I think about that time and again, because I had one level I created, which was a very poorly designed level now that you think about it. But it was where you had one path. You would have one path you had to travel through, and there was only one way in or out. You had to follow this exact path. And the way the level was set up, that is, if you went as you traveled through the maze on the level, the doorways behind you would become blocked. So once you pass the doorway, it would block off. It would block off, so you couldn't go back that way. So you okay? Well, Aaron will get you the juice. So you had to figure out which way to go. And the problem was with that level, there was no way to reset the level. Once you became trapped, that was it. You actually had to reset the entire game and start over again. At that point, I don't think there was a way to reset the level itself and replay just that level. So it turned out it was very poor design, because at one point I said to myself, I forgot what the path was. I forgot my own path. And I said, well, this sucks. So I never went back to it again. But yes, that was my first experience with as a game developer, I guess you could say, and learning from my mistakes of how do you create a terrible level. But a friend of mine, I think my friend had a Commodore. And at one point we did have an IBM. I think at one point we also did have an IBM. It might have been my friend who had the IBM. It was either the yeah. I guess it was when did Wizardry come out for the Commodore? I'm trying to remember now. Remember, that's how I got finally hooked into the RPG genre. Was with Wizardry, and it was because my friend. Okay, now let's get going here. Had whatever computer. It was either the Commodore or the IBM, PC XT in particular, which is why I think that's what the system he had. It was the IBM, and he had the original Wizardry for it. You know, at that point, I guess it was white line or green line mazes, whatever it was, on the original system there. And that's how I got introduced to the CR, what was it? The CRPG and Wizardry. And ever since then, I've been hooked on that. And then, of course, we ended up getting the Super Nintendo. Or I guess we start with the Nintendo. I'm trying to think if we had the original Nintendo. If we just start with the Super Nintendo, we may have had the original Nintendo, then upgrade to the Super Nintendo. Which, of course, I'm trying to think what we should do here. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea how to beat this group here. Alright, who's messing with the computer in there? I can hear myself. Go see what she's doing. I think she's playing with the computer in our room. Oh, we're dead. It's in the bathroom? Oh. Well, you're gonna have to turn that off then. Children are distracting me. We're gonna die again. I'm dead. Okay. I think we killed a few of them. I know I've completed this quest with all my alts before. I just don't know how we did it. Oh my god, they spawned out here too. You did? Okay, good. So somehow I think this is going to be an exercise in futility again. I think what I need to do is get rid of my heroes and just let Fury bring all her own heroes. I think that might be the game plan here. Let's give that a try. Ugh. This is the episode of failure again. So obviously my heroes are not going to be able to cut it here. I don't remember this quest being that difficult. It's a master's, but still. Trying to think how did I get past this quest? Which I guess is kind of funny when you think about it. I completed all the campaigns with all my alts back, my mains and alts. Well, they're all mains at the end of the day. They're hardly alts, but with all the characters I created. Got through every campaign, every quest, every mission. Some of them were a little bit tougher than others, depending on which particular character I had at the time. But I don't remember having this much trouble completing some of these things. I've lost my edge, I guess you could say. Alright, looks like the choices have been made. Looks like we are good to go, perhaps. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. Well, I know something worked. I know. Like I said, I got this quest completed on all my characters. So I managed to do it somehow. I just don't remember how. Because I completed Winds of Change with this team. Okay, well, hey, that gives us hope, at least. But it's fun. I guess that's the dichotomy of Guild Wars here, and in particular Nightfall, where, you know, some of this stuff is so brain dead easy you can roll over it. Then all of a sudden you get thrust into some of these situations where it's like, are you kidding me? Need you to run in when they come in. Okay. Yeah, see, that's funny too, because they're doing all these adventures episodes and stuff, you know, again, primarily, you know, one of the reasons, again, to find another way to enjoy the game, of course. I run through everything again on a new character, yet again. But, you know, to also sort of get a video catalog of the game and the gameplay. Trying to think, maybe I don't remember standing by the portal here to fight them. For what I do remember, I remember being at the doorway here and making the stand at this doorway and fighting them. I just don't remember how I managed to survive that amount of Margonites. But yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, you know, getting a video log of the game here for that inevitable day when there will no longer be a Guild Wars to enjoy. But there is still so much, you know. I got, you know, the Prophecies campaign and the Factions campaign complete now. Working our way through Nightfall here, but yet there's still so much more to do here. There, you know, again, there's the Guild Wars Beyond saga. Obviously, I still have to do Adventures in the North, or whatever I end up calling it, for the expansion. There's still the elite areas that I've barely scratched the surface on for the most part. You know, the factions elites, which I think I might have gone into one of the factions elite areas once, and that was it. That lasted all of 5 minutes. There's the ruins of the Tomb of Primeval Kings, which I've walked through the portal and died almost instantly, practically speaking. That I'd still like it to catalog somehow. And of course, there's the bonus mission pack that came out, which I've never played yet. I've yet to play the bonus mission pack. And of course, I've done some of the Prophecies Guild Wars Beyond. I don't think I've actually finished the whole thing, though. I don't even think I've finished that yet. Obviously, I've never done the Winds of Change yet. so much to still try to catalog and play through here. Been through the tomb quite a few times. So yeah, it's one of the things. It's just that sides, it's all that side stuff that by the time I finished the main campaigns and everything like that, obviously, the game at that point was maintenance mode, and then I got involved with it. By that time, Star Wars: The Old Republic was out, so I got hooked on that. So that sort of cut back on my Guild Wars time after that. And then, of course, after Star Wars: The Old Republic, along came Defiance, which I got hooked on for a year before Tryon completely decimated my enjoyment of that game, just like BioWare decimated my enjoyment of Star Wars: The Old Republic when 4.0 was launched. And so here we are, back enjoying Guild Wars again, which I always did, but now spending much more time in it than I have over the last, I guess, I guess it'd be almost 5 years now. Star Wars came out 6 years ago, 2011, but I didn't really start playing that heavy till this time in 2012, so 6 years ago, yeah. Alright, so did I talk to everybody? I have talked to everybody. Okay. I guess we don't really need the map here. That's not going to matter. I want to keep an eye on the health here. So you want me to run back in after they spawn. So, okay. I presume, do you want me to run to the shrine? Is that what you want me to do? That way, in case we wipe here, we respawn at the inner shrine. Okay, run, okay, just to the doorway, alright. So essentially just aggro them in this way, alright. And here they come. Now they split off, I think, don't they? Yeah, see, there's another group coming in from the other doorway over here. Alright, there we go. See, the problem is that main group is still on the way to the scholars, and that's the one we have to stop here. Why didn't you run in through the door? I did run in through the doorway. Did you mean run in through this way? What? What do you want?
I put a roar in.
You put a roar in? Okay. Or did you mean run out of the doorway? Because here they come fighting the scholars again. So this way, for, ooh. Did I just, oh no. Maybe I did just aggro them away. There, fight me. There's so many priests here. Yeah, well, all the scholars are dead again anyway. Oh, I meant to say run at them. Okay, I got you now. All right. All right, let's try this again. See if we can give this one more try before we start our next episode here. We might have to continue this on to our next episode. All right, let's give this a shot. Again, yeah, this quest just shows the typical ArenaNet thinking. It's like, well, how do we make it harder? Oh, we'll just throw tons and tons of overpowered mobs at them. Thread the needle. There we go. Yeah, it's brilliant of us bringing those lost scriptures back here to the Halls of Chokhin. Alright, let's go talk to all these scholars again, then we'll run right into the midst of them through the doorway. So I guess we'll save my rebuild of this character skill set for next episode. Can't believe it's already been over an hour for this episode already. Finish. Are you done eating over there, Abs? Let me see your plate. Bring your plate in here. Pancakes are probably rock hard now. Bring your plate in here. Yes. Yes. Why don't you want me to see your plate? Oh, yes, I need to talk to you. How many more do I got here? Oh, I only talked to 5? Hey. Yeah, I should have just come back this way is what I should have done. Third time doing this, you think I would have realized that by now. One more, yep, okay. Because technically I think we're supposed to end up at the main entrance here. Alright, so that's them. See, they send all 12 groups in, that's the problem. Alright, so at least 4 scholars must still live. We got 12 groups we need to eliminate here. Oh crap, how do I miss the flying carpet? That's, oh wait, I need to go this way anyway. Help, what, you run away, you Vabian gypsy. Yes, they are everywhere, aren't they? Alright, so now I'm just going to run right smack into the middle of them. Where are they? Here they come. Look at those yellow numbers fly. Here we go. Ah, here we go. I've got no energy. At least this helps me build up adrenaline. Ugh. Look at all the damn mesmers they have. I can't. There we go. Well, at least that's something. You know, a little bit further there. Problem is that group's already inside. Slappy T-Rex, thank you for the host, Slappy. Welcome everybody from Slappy's channel. I'll do the shout out once the battling is done here. Right, now we gotta get in there and get to that other group. No idea where they're at. Oh my god, we still got 9 groups left. Oh, they're already there. Alright. I do have a feeling this is not going to work out well for us. I got... yep, there they go. There they all go. Oh my god. The problem is we spawn outside into that other group. That doesn't help us. It's almost like I've got to stay here by this shrine, but then that doesn't do us any good because alright, so let me do my shout out because we're going to switch episodes here and I can grab a quick bite to eat. Thank you, Sloppy, for the host. Of course, never enough energy because I've got whatever it is on me that's draining my energy. I'm not fighting anymore. He's dead. I didn't expect that. Well, this is working out in that we're killing them at least. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get to them before they took down the scholars. How many groups do we got? 3 of 8 scholars still alive. Really? That's interesting. It looked like they were all dead to me. All right. I want to see how many groups. So we 9 of 12 groups remain. Huh? What? It says 9 of 12 groups remain here. That's interesting. Still says 9 of... Oh, you know, because the quest failed. As soon as the fourth one died, the quest froze. That's what it is. That's why. Alright, so we gotta figure out how we can get to them before they get to the scholars. I'll have to wait for next episode. Alright. Let's head back to Mahanu. We'll run our outros and then we'll start our next episode here. So let me say again, thank you for watching, everybody. Episode 62 of the Elonian Adventures. We're continuing our Elonian Adventures marathon here so we can get caught up on all our episodes. So we'll be back with episode 63 in just a moment here. But in the meantime, it's BJ saying thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you in game.